I don't have a plan B. Simple as just that, I don't have a plan B. And I would say simply because a plan B is more like something you make when you don't think you're going to succeed in what your plan A is. And my plan A is obviously, if you know me for a long time, is the content creation, it's the YouTube, the creativity, we're living in the social media world. And I feel like, for me personally, why not just try, Because even if I do fail, which I don't think I will, and I don't think about failure, I don't like thinking about, doing bad, because that's like harboring negativity. That's negative energy that I don't even want to put inside my brain, inside my body, out in the world. But I don't have a plan B. The YouTube and the videography, like the social media stuff in general, this is the plan A. Obviously, I'm in college, so, it's kind of hard to obviously focus on the focal point, which is the YouTube. But I won't be in college forever. I won't be in a dorm. I won't have this sort of comfort, if that makes sense, forever. Because I look at college, for some, college is not comfortable for some people, because some people need to go to college. Like if you want to be a doctor or a nurse, a teacher, engineer, you want to be in law, you got to go to college for those things. But for something like being a videographer, something like being an editor, a photographer, anything that has to do with the camera, the digital age, all you need is skills. And I feel like those skills are harbored on experience. Those skills are something you gain from doing things that are making you, more known, giving you more connection. And also connection is part of, getting out there in the digital world too. And in today's age, the 9-to-5 life is not going to get Gen Z. It's not going to get any of us anywhere anymore. The 9-to-5 life is killing the creativity. It's killing the authentic purpose of going out there and pursuing what you want to do. Life is not what it was back in the 80s and the 70s, and I didn't live back then. But from the time I was born in 2003 to 2025, I can say that we have experienced a shift. And that shift has caused me to open my eyes a little more and realize, even from before I was 22 years old, just to open my eyes and realize that I have to do something outside of possibly trapping myself and possibly devoting my life to one of those, superior elite boys. Over the past month or two, I found my YouTube channel to be growing quite fast. Of course, I haven't reached that subscriber count to where I'm making money and getting paid for my videos, but we all have to start from somewhere. We all start with zero when it comes to this social media digital world. And you have to remember your end goal. You have to remember the purpose of you even doing the channel. I've started doing this channel, this type of content, just because it's authentic, just because it's real. A lot of people need to hear this motivation. A lot of people would love to hear how they view the world from another person's lenses. Because we go on TikTok, we go on Instagram, we hop on the reels, and we get in the comedy, we get in the trolls, the memes, and all that stuff. But also there's people out there who want knowledge, who want to be able to learn. Because a lot of people don't be successful in the school systems. A lot of people don't have the attention span to listen to a teacher talk for an hour and a half about something that is not even important to them. And I'm one of those type of learners where I just need to be able to get hands-on. Like, I can't do the lectures. I can't sit down and just hear a person talk for an hour and 30 about something, especially if they don't make it interesting. Like in my previous videos, I'm pretty sure I mentioned The Professional with his Call of Duty series. He was actually like catering towards the audience, telling them, hey, this is what happened, actually giving valuable information. He's keeping us immersed with the gameplay behind it and just telling us the true history. He's not just telling us something we already know in the history books. Like, he's telling us stuff that they keep hidden. They don't want the They don't want America to find out. They don't want people from other countries that were included in the wars to find out. And that's what gets people immersed with information, like new information that you got to go deep within. You got to go deep dive off the web. But back to what I was saying about having a plan A and only a plan A. I can't fathom being old years down the line and still having to work the same desk job or work at Walmart. And mind you, there's nothing wrong with desk jobs. There's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5 because I'm working one right now. While I'm recording this video, I'm literally on a shift right now for graduation for this school. I don't want to, well, if you know, you know. But I just don't want to cater my existence to being under someone's wing, being under someone's armpit. And just like having a YouTube channel or having something on the side, doing anything that's creative is way more fun, way more beneficial to my growth than just standing around outside in the heat, which I'm doing right now, guiding people in the parking lot, telling them where to go. And there's other people that work the same shift as me that's sitting inside of a building, chilling, watching people graduate. We got to sit out here in the sweltering hot sun. And while I was sitting out here, I was watching these videos that I showed y'all for a few seconds. And all them videos, what they have in common is that the pay does not equal the work that you put in. Like, for the amount of work that people, not even just me, but just people in general that work 9 to 5s, that go out their way to make sure that there's food on the table, that their house is staying intact, the bills are paid. They're going out their way putting damn near their bodies on the line. Like, for example, if you work in a warehouse job, you putting your body and your mental on the line. Because a lot of people don't work morning shifts. A lot of people don't work afternoon shifts or evening shifts. Some people work night shifts, so their sleep schedule is fucked up. Their diet is all messed up because they eating at night and they're drinking a bunch of coffee, energy drinks. Like, warehouse jobs, they prepare like food like ramen that's really not good for you. And foods like ramen are the type of meals where you're going to want another bowl of it because it's not really fulfilling. The fulfillment comes after the third or fourth bowl, but you damn near ate 2,000 calories in one sitting. Not really, because a bowl of ramen is probably like 500, 600, depending on the flavor and the type you get. But damn near, if you get 4 bowls, well, 600 times 4, yeah, that's 2,400 calories. So that's what I'm saying. And it's more money being spent as well. And warehouse jobs, like, they tax the fuck out of the foods at the school. So it's not even like you're getting your bang for your buck. They're fleecing you along with making you a slave. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is just cruel. But that's the whole thing with the 9 to 5. I can't let quitting a 9 to 5, that fear factor of me and having to possibly hear my parents say, oh, you're not grateful of your job. There will be people that will die and kill for your position. And I can't let that fear me from unlocking my greatest potential, because we all got potential. Like, we all can be great. We all have the creativity in our minds. It's just when we work for these corporations and these corporations try to tell us what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And yeah, we probably getting paid 13, 14, 15 an hour, 17 an hour, 18 an hour, getting that 75-cent raise, getting us to that $500 check mark, depending on the hours you work. Yeah, it's looking good, but, there's no creativity, but there's no passion behind the money you making. There's no real genuine praise to yourself behind it. There's no, oh man, I put in so much work for these $500, man, I'm gonna keep going. In comparison to, oh yeah, I just clocked into the shift. Yeah, I just worked about a cool little 5, 6, 7 hour shift, picking up packages and shit. Yeah, got a little cool little 500. And then majority of the time, if you're not someone that is trying to do better for yourself, you probably gonna spend it on shit that don't matter. Or you probably gonna blow it all on trying to eat out or trying to impress a girl when you don't even got your own life situated. And that's how I want to feel. I want to feel good about working hard as hell, even if I'm getting paid $0, because I'm not to where I got 1,000 subs or 500 subs and I can't promote something and I get some kickback to it. You know, I'd rather be grinding my ass off for free and doing something I enjoy that involves me being myself and being creative and not just being silent and a sheep, than to just be a silent sheep doing something I hate, but I'm getting a good check for it. And no, I'm not motivated. I'm not doing anything with it. I'm not trying to upgrade equipment for my channel. I'm not trying to get better. You know, I'm not trying to build up to save for an apartment or anything like that. I'm just bunking it at my parents' crib, not doing anything, just getting fat and lazy, and ultimately losing my drive to work. Now, the job market nowadays is very tough. I have to be honest. And I'm going to just keep it real. As much as I talk about damn near wanting to quit the job, I know I won't quit it, just off the simple fact that the money that the job is providing me is helping me with my end goal. So as much as I bash having a job and wanting to contemplate and just walking out, I'm not going to do it yet until I know I'm able to just walk out and not reap the consequences of not having money, not being able to further my future. And you should do the same, you know, even though you probably hate your job as much as I do. You know, I did say earlier, quit it, but it's like a narrow line, you know. It's like a good and a bad. Like, yeah, you quit your job, now you ain't got to stress no more. Now you're not working that slave shift. You don't got to get up at 2 a.m. You don't got to go to work at 12 o'clock and stay there until 8 a.m. Even though if you are working night shifts, please quit. Like, you're literally losing your life. You're literally losing your social life working shifts like that. Like, you should be able to wake up in the morning and say good morning, thank God, not going to sleep at 8 a.m. when that's the most precious time to get all your energy, eat breakfast, go for a run, you know, get the day started. You don't want to lose your life over something that somebody else could replace you within the matter of seconds. Like, if you don't clock in for a certain amount of days and your time is, that unpaid time is starting to turn into a negative, then you get laid off or they fire you, another person is willing to take your spot just like that within the snap of a finger. So find your plan A and stick to your plan A. Let your plan A be your plan B, your plan C, your plan D. Your plan A is everything you want out of life, because you don't want nothing to fall back on. As Denzel Washington said, why would I want to fall back on something? Why not fall forward so I can see where I'm falling? You don't want to fall back, because you can't. I mean, you can fall on your hands, but now you broke your hands. You know, if you're falling forward, you know, you don't know what you're falling on when you're looking back. Just like if a person gouge your eyes out when you're fighting. Like if somebody's fighting you and they doing the feather touch method, you know, they pop you. You know, they using their fingers to pop you in the face and you get hit in the eyes. Like, any person, any creature, if you hit them in the eyes, they can't see. They don't know where things are at. And you want to be able to know where things are at. You want to be able to know where you are in life. You don't want to be so blinded by the greed that these corporations are going to hold you to. You don't want to be blinded by the system that has no loyalty. You want to be able to be loyal to something that you can control, that you can walk away from. Because yes, you can walk away from these corporations, of course, but the only reason you've walked away was because it wasn't you. You want to be able to walk away from something. And what I mean by walk away is you want to be able to pass away in life and not feel like you just wasted your life. You just wasted years. Probably when you hit 60 years old, now you retiring, but you're retiring with unfulfillment. Because life is all about fulfillment. Life is all about filling that glass. Life is all about, you know, finishing that crossword puzzles, finishing that board, that puzzle board. You know, you want to figure out the pieces that you're missing, and you don't want to carve pieces of yourself off just to go fit on a puzzle that's not even meant for you. So like I said, find your plan A and let your plan A be the backup plan, because there's no way you can fail if you devoting all your time into it. If you love something, you won't fall out of love with it. Just like you have a high school sweetheart, if that still exists, but you don't want to fall out of love with that because that's something that you generally put your heart towards. That's something you desire. That's something that's, helping you be positive, be motivated, be disciplined, stay in yourself. That girl is around to treat you right. She's telling you all the right things, and she's doing all the right things. Her actions is speaking as loud as her words. You want to have that within your growth, within whatever you're doing in life. You don't want to be saying something and then what you're saying is not adding up. It's not fitting the program. It's not fitting what you've been talking about to other people, because people are going to follow you if you're telling the truth. People are going to follow you if they see you putting in the work. People not going to keep subscribing to a channel if they're not seeing you upload anymore, if they seen you give up, or they seen you revert to content that you talked in the past that you wasn't going to do. Obviously, there's content creators like Corey Kenshin and Solo Minati and people of that high standard in the YouTube scene. They set that foundation for themselves where they can take a break and they'll be okay. But for people like me and others that make relatable content like me, we can't really just not post. We can't just stop posting when we can, because YouTube doesn't define our identity. But there is a sacrifice you have to make in order to make it into that type of world, that YouTube world, because everything is competition. There's not going to be a day where you're not competing with somebody. Even though it may not feel like it, of course you don't want to be competing with people. But people follow the trend and follow who's popping and follow who's the most consistent every day. Like, there's a different person that's going viral every day. And you got to remember, what someone won't do, another person will. Just like a girl, girls be hopping from dick to dick. And what one man won't give them, another man will, whether that's, lust, money, materialistic things. Is people hop from trend to trend fast as hell, especially nowadays when the digital world and social media is it's literally damn near life. AI, it's damn near making what the world is now. So if you have that job that you hate so much, but you got a backup plan, what you want to do, and that method of you doing it is working and it will work, and you putting your full dedication into it, then just leave the job, because there's always going to be jobs. As much as we can't get a job right now in this type of job market, there's always going to be jobs. Granted, there are some jobs that's getting taken by robots, but there'll always be a McDonald's that'll hire you. There'll always be a Wendy's that'll say they're hiring. There'll always be a warehouse job that'll want more people to slave for them. So don't beat yourself up about you wanting to quit a job, and don't let it eat you alive. But yeah, that's all for today's video. I just wanted to make some while I was at work. Sorry for the environment in the background. I'm at work, like I said. If y'all new, like, share, subscribe. Comment down below if you relate to this. Comment down below if you got a passion that you want to go towards, but a job is depriving you of your motivation. Catch you on the next one. Peace.